Thank you for joining us today on the Higher Learning Network. I'm your host, Shalomith. Yes, but I think you might know me as Zelda Robinson Hogues. I've got a dynamite duo for you today. It's the Digital Diva 2.0, Miss D. Daniels, as well as my good friend, do I call you Reverend Doctor or just Ollie Drezek Kelly?
Just Ollie Drezek Kelly is perfect.
Ollie is fine. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming out today. Welcome to the Higher Learning Network, and thank you for being the spiritual leaders and the mobile media leaders in technology. Now, Ollie, Dee was so good, I had to have her come back. Now, I know you're dynamite too. And I think it would serve our audience well to know why both of you are here today. But I want to start out today reminding our viewers that we're streaming live on ustream.com under Higher Learning Network TV, as well as Facebook, HLN TV Show, and Twitter at the Higher Learning Network. I have the privilege and the pleasure, after doing a little homework here, to find some things about you that our readers, viewers may not know about. Everybody knows who Iyanla Vanzant is. Of course, she has a show coming up on the OWN network. And for Iyanla Vanzant to say something nice about you. Okay, Iyanla, where's my quote? Is it coming? Okay, I'm waiting. Anyway, patiently waiting. Iyanla Vanzant says about the Reverend Ollie Drezek Kelly. She says, Ollie is a powerful and passionate presence of prayer and inspiration. Whether speaking on business or spiritual topics, she deliberately motivates her audience by sharing her wealth of knowledge about spiritual laws and principles. Believing as she does that what goes around comes around, Ollie gives her all to serve and inspire others to be better and to have more in all areas of their lives. Excuse me. Here's the kicker. She demonstrates by sharing her own life experiences that growth, healing, and a better way are available to everyone. That is an awesome quote.
Thank you.
From Iyanla Vanzant to have her say that about you. Where were you and what were you saying for her to give such a powerful testimony like that?
Actually, I studied with Iyanla.
Did you really?
Yes, I studied with her and I did 3 years. And the philosophy is heal yourself before you can heal others.
Wow.
So with my experience with spiritual life coaching and everything, that's what I was taught, that's what I do, and hopefully I'm a reflection of that.
Yes,
and
you
therefore
are.
the statement is there. And I do appreciate, I love her, I look up to her, she's one of my spiritual mothers, and I think she's amazing. And I think is when you're mentored, and you're mentored with the best, you want to be the best.
Now, did you study with her at Intervisions?
Yes, I did.
How did that come about?
You know, I say it's in divine order because everything happens for a reason. There was a time in my life where I couldn't really function mentally or emotionally. I had a breakdown. And I had some way gotten a hold of one of her books or an article or something tuned me into her. And I really didn't know who Iyanla Vanzant was, and I went out to a workshop that she was having in Maryland. And it was a 3-day workshop. It's called Wonder Woman Weekend.
Yes, I heard about Wonder Woman Weekend.
So I went there and, you know, I did the workshop and everything. And afterwards they said that they had an institute. And I said, sign me up. Because I was very drawn and attracted to this spiritual healing. I was raised up Pentecostal, you know, Church of God, Baptist. And this offered another avenue to bring forth healing and stuff. But what I was going to say, getting back to our teachers and stuff, when you're teaching spiritual laws and principles, you want to be, when you have a teacher, you want to aspire to them, and you want your students to be greater than you. And so she taught me a lot of stuff, and she graced me with that testimonial for a website that I did.
Wow.
And some events that I do and everything, so I really appreciate that. But again, and I do believe what goes around comes around, and healing isn't for one person, one race, one religion. It's for all people, everyone, EVERYONE. So I'm really, I believe that, and that's what I teach. So,
Awesome.
and thank you too, Zelda, for letting me be here. It's a privilege.
It was not my choice. It was my second choice. God made you my first choice.
That's great.
You know, sometimes we think we're doing things, we think we're in control,
Right.
but we're thinking with the conscious and not the subconscious.
Exactly.
And it is I don't know if it's the conscious or the subconscious. I just know you were supposed to be here.
Excellent.
You know, I'm reading Napoleon Hill's The Business Laws of Business Success, and I was reading it this morning, and it just kind of stuck. And when I think about you, I met you at the West Side Ministers Coalition,
Yes, we did.
where I hosted the monthly networking meeting. And when you stood up on the podium and you looked out into the audience, a sea of black folks and some white folks too. When you looked out into the audience and you spoke from the heart, I said, wow, this is a sister. you represented it in such a way. I was like, I don't care what color your skin is, you got some soul in you, girl. And everybody has a soul. But this was the kicker. At the annual scholarship dinner for the West Side Minister Coalition, which I am honored to be a host of every year for the past 5 years, it was also Reverend Flowers' birthday. And at the end, they were taking up a collection for his birthday. And I said something, and people didn't really get it. Ollie came to the podium, and guess what she said? Ollie said, okay, now, excuse me, for the white people in the audience.
I said white folk.
For the white folk in the audience. That means, why don't you tell them what you said? It was hilarious.
Well, what was happening was we had, there was a special collection. And as I was raised, when you do a special collection for a minister, someone, it's an offering. And I knew that the white people in the audience weren't getting it because I guess you could say it's a cultural thing. I'm not really for sure.
Right.
So what I did is right. So and a lot of people say black folk and white folk. So I just said for the white folk, and let me translate that. Let me translate that for the white folk in the audience.
That.
I said that means get out your money. We're taking a love offering for Reverend Flowers. Because for sure, they did not know what that meant. And if you notice, though, after that, they did come forward.
Yes, they did.
I say them, the white people, the white folk. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That was so funny. And what was the killing part about it was people started getting up like Reverend Flower was Jesus. We were walking to the well to get some water. People were coming out of nowhere, pulling money out of their pocket. And I was like,
oh my goodness.
I want you at my next event.
Yeah.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
so funny, but it was so real.
Right. And it's important to be relatable because we really are spiritual beings having a human experience.
Right.
And we really are. We have color to our skin, different colors, but we're all of the human race. You can be black, white, yellow, purple, but we're all the human race.
There's only one
true.
race.
Exactly,
The human
exactly. And
race.
we get that confused. So spiritual life coaching, I bring that in. And for me, what I do is I teach people to heal from the inside out. Because we get caught up in our job titles and different things, and that's not the truth of
Who you
we
are, where
Exactly.
you live,
Right.
who you know, who you date, who you're married to, what kind of car you drive, where do you take a vacation, where you, just all nonsense.
Exactly.
But it's not nonsense that you're here today, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate Dee as well. Dee, we just forgot about you. We were so much into
I
Ollie.
was just so into that story. That was an awesome story, though.
That is a story. Now, Ollie is a person who has so much to offer, as we all do. I think Ollie needs social. I know she has social media, but Ollie needs the Ollie app. I like that, the Ollie app. The Ollie
I like
app.
that one.
Well, my husband was saying, Zolda, if I can interject, about, I have a coaching business and I have, I do entrepreneurial stuff. He said, you should really look at Ollie. What does Ollie mean? What does Ollie offer? So I thought when you said that, it's in divine order.
Yes.
Just like you said.
Oh, yeah,
So
right.
that's
Yes.
great.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Dee, what would you recommend to a spiritual life coach such as Ollie? I've already put it out there. The
Hey,
Ollie app.
Ollie would definitely have a mobile website so that people are able to go to the Android and see her full, offerings that she has on her website. And an app, and her app, she can give them coaching or information.
Can you do coaching through an app? That's
through
that's
tips,
new.
yeah.
You can do coaching tips because on the website I do that, and then I have on Facebook compass your way, and I tell people it's a community coaching. And I have other coaches that if they put their coaching question out there, will answer those questions.
Yeah.
Like as kind of like as you guys were saying, or I heard you speak about being in service, because you really do have to be in service, and what you give, you get to keep.
Right.
So the app would be, that's probably a really good idea.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, sure.
The
So-
Ollie app.
The Ollie app. That's
The Ollie
right.
app. Like Ollie, you, the Ollie app. That is so cool.
Right. See?
Remember, you heard it here first on the Higher Learning Network.
Exactly.
The Ollie
The
app.
Ollie
I
app.
like that. That is
Ollie
so
can go to the
cool.
site and create it herself, or she can let us do it for her.
Yeah, I like that. That's powerful. And because our viewers don't know that much, well, let me take that back. Some of our viewers are not enlightened about spiritual life coaching and what that encompasses, because, you know, one of the problems Oprah had on the show was that people, when you say the spiritual, when you say the word spiritual, they go, ooh.
Yeah, right.
And that's not what spirit, you know, the essence of who we are. It's a
right.
spirit.
Exactly.
You know, you see when babies are born, if somebody dies, a baby will be born, you'll say, well, that baby is just like Uncle so-and-so or their grandfather or something like that. So I think spirit transforms, it leaves one body and goes to another. What do you think about that?
You know, I have, because my husband and I talk about this, I don't per se believe in reincarnation. However, I'm not against it, and it's possible. Anything's possible. What's impossible with man is possible with God. So we really don't have a definitive. So to me, the spirit is the essence of the soul and who we are, and it is our inner guide.
The essence of the soul. So what is the soul?
Ooh, what is the soul? Well, again, it would go back to spirit.
Okay.
It is a spirit or the spirit.
Okay.
Because to me, it's like God is the, say like this is God. God is the palm, and we're the extension, we're the fingers. So we're always connected to, you know, and I always say get connected and directed. So if you're connected to your soul space, I like to call it soul space.
Soul space.
I like
Yeah,
that.
soul space, soul space.
Yeah, I like
then
that.
you
Soul
can
space.
do what you need to do in life to be effective.
Now, I need to quote you on that one. See, I have a little notepad here. I write things down because I may or may not remember it, but I'm going to quote you. Soul space. I like that. One of the things that we do here at the Higher Learning Network is to offer our viewers the opportunity to see things differently that they may have not seen before, such as with the with social media, the mobile apps, because in our community, we have a tendency to be more of consumers as opposed to developers and marketers and things of that nature.
Exactly.
In other communities, they're on it.
Yes, I agree.
They're on mobile media. And I'm trying to figure out how we can bring the people together to make that work.
Right, right. Well, what comes to me the first thing is with, and we're talking about the black community when you said our people, and I say, because I spoke this past Sunday at a Baptist church, and it was all black folk, so to speak, and what I think that I see with the app and the spirituality is, because what I'm seeing within the black community is the self-worth thing, because there has been oppression, there has been racism, there is racism, not has been, there is racism, there is all of this. So getting into that inner self and empowering that inner self to come out and come forward and function at a greater level, along with the skills and tools of social media, then you bring them in, and it is going to support people to move forward.
Yeah. I was reading this morning under The Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill, and it talked about fact and hearsay.